101 in the investment climate. That's the world. And within the shortest possible, around about 6 months into their office, we have shooted to around 140 to 115. And if you are achieving all these digits and we are still going from bad to worse, it does not correspond. These are baked information that they are giving out to the public. And I tell you, sooner than later, someone will come out and tell us that this is not the actual figure that they give up. Because we've seen Deputy Minister of Health going to Parliament to tell us that we are going to have 110 premium of national health insurance. And then the main boss come out to tell them that it's not real, it's not a fact. And he did not tell him to go out and give these figures. I tell you, when people come out and push them to the wall, they're going to retrieve it like Abambabin went to Parliament to tell them that he's taking over the SDS back to the president. Please, the country is not on trials. The country is not on trials. We left them a better standard. We laid a portable foundation for them to build upon it.
Who are the we?
MPP left a better foundation for them to build upon it. Now they are leaving things stranded. Ghanaians are not looking for this kind of talks. Ghanaians are discerning, and this time when they come out with these figures and does not correspond, they know it does not correspond. They no matter believe in the books. Let it work on the ground, let them feel it. And therefore, if they have this to give to Ghanaians, I tell you, 2012 they're already running away. So.
Thank you very much, George J. Quickly to Bismarck or Champon.
Yeah, don't forget that in the MPP regime, banks in this country were chasing people for them to come and take loans. I remember when we came here first year. Barclays Bank, Standard Chartered, Car Bank, all came into our room and were asking us if we were prepared to take loans. We told them that for us, we are better off, so they should just go away with their loans and go and give it to the market people because they are into business and they need loans. But as you sit here, go to the bank and tell them you are coming for a loan, and you will see the level of interest rate that they will give you. I'm even wondering if you will even get a loan, because people's confidence in the economy has dwindled because of the bad policies of the Atamas government. People confidence, the confidence level that people had when President John Kukungu was the president of this country, has dwindled, and I'm not surprised that up till now, how many foreign direct investments has the NDC record? How many? They should come out and tell us that we are privy. And this is not a lie, it's a fact which everybody knows, that is during the regime of President Kufuor that banks floundered in this country. Fidelity Bank is a wholly owned Ghanaian bank. It came under the leadership of President Kufuor. Prudential Bank is a wholly owned Ghanaian bank. It came under the leadership of President Kufuor. UBA is a Nigerian bank. It came because of the good investment climate which President Kufuor laid. Guaranteed Trust, Intercontinental Bank, Union Bank, Zenith Bank and the others, you may talk about them. Activa Insurance, Regency Alliance Insurance. You may talk about many investment portfolios which were brought about by the good investment climate of the MPP. But now what are we seeing? Nothing is moving. When the vice president just went to London for investment forum, what happened there? What happened? And I was not surprised when the former British ambassador to Ghana came here at the British Council and told us that if this is what we are going to do, then he's going to advise his countrymen that Ghana is not safe for investment. I'm not surprised about that. And if the government is able to cook figures to come and tell us that this is the level of inflation that we have been able to achieve, God is watching and we shall see.
Thank you very much, Bismarck Osei Champong. It's your community watch on Focus 94.3. I'm sure George J is done. Let's go to Amponsa Mensa quickly. Would you agree with them?
Well, I know they are politicians and you're adding the political color to the whole issue. Now I can understand their situation, and it's important to know, irrespective of your political background, to note the impact the inflation is having. Though the NDC some years back were saying that we don't chop inflation figures, we don't eat inflation figures and stuff. They were making those comments, but inflation really has impact on the economy. Maybe if you don't have economic eye, you may see it as just a mere figure that are being quoted and around. But really, inflation has an impact on the economy. MPP were, when they were leaving power, when they were leaving government, the inflation was around 18%, and now, and they were singing praises for themselves that the economy is doing well, right? We understand them. Now the NDC is now having a single-digit inflation. Really, the single-digit inflation will have a positive impact. It will have a positive impact, but however, the government must come up with other economic policies, mechanisms to, push, ride on the single-digit inflation to shoot the economy, right? So the government must come up with a moderate interest rate, and again, have a moderate injection of funds into the economy, because now a lot of people are complaining that there are no money in the system, right? So the government must also take note that when we have a single-digit inflation and when we are making a lot of noise and brouhaha about it, and we don't inject much funds into the economy, the people will continue to complain, and the government don't work on the interest rate, the people will continue to complain. And again, one thing is the goodwill of the government. The government must project himself or itself to the outside world, so that the people, foreign investors will see that now Ghana is recording a inflation of 9.52. So what can we do as an investor? I must come and invest my dollars and pound sterling in Ghana, so that I can have something. So the government must do these three things: injecting money into the economy, creating a moderate interest rate for business people to, have access to the bank loans, and again projecting a goodwill of Ghana to the outside world, to entice the foreign investors to come in, and they will also inject money into the economy for the people to get employment, get paid, and at least they will fill the money in their pockets. They will fill the money in their pockets, and though they might be complaining, but the complaint will be minimized, because at least now they may have something in their pocket, and they will start doing well in their life.
And that's coming from Amponsa Mensa. This is to your community watch on Focus 943 with 15 minutes to 9. Now the STX. Okay, that's left with Adade Kwaku. Okay, the STSG was sent to Parliament, ignoring certain important and essential advice of the Attorney General, Works and Housing Minister Alban Bagbin has said. Mr. Bagbin said the deal in which the Korean company STS Group was expected to construct 200,000 housing units at the cost of $10 billion was taken to the House without considering certain questions raised by the Attorney General. I remember correctly that the Dankwa Institute raised a concern about the possibility of giving this contract to a local contractor at a lower cost to the benefit of this country. We're going to look at the possibility of this and why are local contractors not actually giving some of these contracts. What would be the implication that happened? And talking of the advice from the Attorney General that was not or considered before it was taken to Parliament. Now let me go on with the story. According to myjournalline.com, government will do the deal from the House after the minority had raised questions over the absence of certain key documents critical to the agreement. And the opposition MPs had accused the government of failing to do proper due diligence and asked for the including of the documents before the deal could be debated. Prior to the withdrawal, government was assailed on all sides for awarding a contract to a foreign company, while local firms could have been engaged at a much lower cost. But in what appears to be the latest twist in the debate, which has already generated enormous headlines, Mr. Bagbin says Yeji's advice should have been taken on board. He's quoted as saying the Attorney General was given the agreement that was signed outside this country in Korea by delegations and officials of the country, subject to the advice of the Attorney General's department. Now, so the Attorney General advised that some clauses be restructured and some deleted. That was not factored into the document which was presented to Parliament, and we thought those pieces of advice from the Attorney General's department were very important and essential. That is why we think that the committee should go back and look at all this. Mr. Bagben is reported to have said. Meanwhile, it is not known whether the withdrawal